Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Espresso here on SABC3. Now this morning we are going to look at a brand new way to use Blackboard paint, and the fashion and decor editor for Ideas magazine is here, Carin Smith. She's going to show us how to use Blackboard paint in a new, exciting and of course very crafty way. Good morning, Carin. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Very, very cool. Now I love Blackboard paint and I know that you are going to teach us a whole new way of using it.
Yes, nice and quick and easy way to spruce up your dinner table.
I love it. Let's get started.
Okay, so obviously what you need to do all these crafts with is your Blackboard paint.
Yes.
So this is kind of Blackboard paint that you can get in craft stores. You can also get them in hardware stores, but I like the craft store ones more because it's a bit easier to use and smaller amounts.
Fantastic.
Okay. And then you obviously need whatever you're going to be painting. So I painted a nice piece of brown piece of paper.
I like
which
this.
you can cover your table with.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We also did an underplate, which is quite nice because you can then put your plates on top of it.
Yes.
And then you can also paint your plates.
Okay, wonderful.
So what you also need to use, I've used a paintbrush on this piece of paper, but it's actually better to use a piece of sponge.
Is it
so
better?
Sponge roller is better, just because you don't want the lines of the paintbrush.
Yeah.
So when I've actually done paintbrush on this one, and you can actually see that the lines kind of interfere when you draw.
Wow, look at that. This is an underplate that you have decorated with Blackboard paint, and what I love about it is you can then go and take chalk and basically draw your own little design on it.
Anything, and what's nice, if you make sure that it cures properly, you can just wipe it off afterwards and reuse it again.
Fantastic, and it's also 2-in-1 because you can write the person's name. It's like a name tag on the plate as well.
Exactly, yeah. And what a fun thing is to do is if you sort of put your place setting together, when you put your knives and forks, you put a nice piece of chalk with it, so then your guests can have a nice time and they can draw, and you can, I don't know, play noughts and crosses and things like that. So it's quite a fun kind of interactive dinner table.
I know, that's taking dinner to a whole nother level as well.
Yeah.
Hey, very cute. I like that.
Yeah. So the thing to remember with Blackboard paint, it's an enamel-based paint, so it's not advisable to eat off. So if you do a plate, it's a decorative plate, and then to remember to give it 24 hours to dry because you want it to cure. And because it's enamel-based paint, you don't have to do an undercoat on it, so you can just paint over it immediately.
Fantastic. Well, that's some really, really great tips. If you are going to use Blackboard paint, don't use it on something that you would actually eat out of because that's going to get dangerous.
Yes,
but it's got tons of other things that you can do with it.
Yeah, and it's you know what? I'll show you how we made this plate as well. So this is just obviously decorative, and then what you could do is you could put like a little glass plate so you can see through it. We've spray painted this one, waited for it to dry, so about 24 hours, and then put the Blackboard paint on top of that. So I've actually used this in a shoot before, and we put it on the wall, and it's kind of cool and funky. And
can you imagine how much fun kids would have sitting at a dinner table? They could actually learn to spell the different things that's on their dinner plate. How cute is that?
That's a very good idea, actually. Yes.
I came up with that all by myself. Carin, thank you so much for being with us today and for showing us new and interactive ways to use Blackboard paint as well. Ewan, I'm sure you're going to use that idea that I gave you for little one, right? You can use it. You can have it.